Welcome back to Silverback Salvage. On this week's episode, we are back working on the Escort. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am building a Mark II Ford Escort, shipping it to America and driving it 3,400 miles to SEMA. There's only one problem. Right now, it looks like this. So I started this build in January 2026 and I've got till the 19th of September to get it ready because on that day it goes on a container to America. Now I started this on my own and I had a little corner unit. I've now moved into this big space here, and since coming here I've got two people that have tagged along with me to give me a hand. I'm going to introduce you to them now.
Hi, my name's Luke. I own the business next door, LB Automotive. For some reason I thought someone bringing a rusty old Escort into the unit next door looked interesting, so I think Stefan's a bit of a mental bastard, trying to do this in however many fucking days he's got left. So I feel a little bit sorry for him, so I thought I'd lend him a hand for a couple of hours on an evening and a weekend, and hopefully see it in America in a couple of months.
Hi, my name's Ben. I used to work with Luke. He gave me a ring, said I should maybe come and have a look at this Escort that's behind me. Met Stefan. And here I am, trying my best, seeing what we can do, cutting bits of metal, trying to weld. It's not going very well, but we'll see.
So first things first, because we're going to be messing about with the front chassis legs, I'm going to make up some extra bracing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a cross member, well, support that goes between these two here. I'm going to bolt that to there. I'm going to do the same on the strut towers at the top, and then I'm also going to put some from inside this front panel back to the bulkhead as well. Hello, my darling wife. So we've gone backwards and forwards on this a few times now. Luke's actually persuaded me to do the right thing, and rather than halving the chassis rail, which we were going to do in the first place, we were going to split this chassis rail on a couple of good reference points we had, brace it, put the new one in halfway across so that we could keep the chassis mounting points and everything the same. We're not going to do that now. We're going to put a full leg in because it's the right thing to do. It means it's all new metal underneath, safer, hopefully straight. So that's the plan. So we've got lots of bracing in here, like loads of bracing everywhere. We're about to make this so this is fully fixed in place so that we can then take this out. We're going to measure up so we've got loads of reference points. Yes, we should do this on a jig table. Like I say, I do know somebody in Gloucester that's got one. Time is against me. I can't go and get it for 3 weeks. I can't wait for 3 weeks to do this. I need to get this lot in. So Luke's going to start cutting out this box section on the top so that we can get this fixed in nicely. And then we'll go from there.
So, measurements. Why are these so important? These front chassis legs are everything when it comes to the geometry of this car. The steering rack bolts to them, the suspension bolts to them. If these aren't perfect, nothing else will be. And here's the problem. A tiny error here doesn't stay tiny. 5mm out at this end of the car can turn into hundreds of millimeters across the car. Get this wrong and it won't drive straight, it'll feel awful, and it can end up crabbing down the road. So yeah, this isn't a close enough job. This has to be perfect. So we took our time here measuring diagonals, uprights, all sorts of things to make sure we were completely happy. If I'm honest, we probably spent a little bit too much time, but the three of us have never done chassis legs before, so we wanted to make sure that this was right. Actually, needed to make sure. So you can see here we flipped the car over and I've started cleaning off the underseal to start the process of removing this chassis leg. Got all sorts of supports in place here. We've got a trans prop and we've even put the engine crane onto the left hand side to make sure this stays nice and stable.
So both me and Luke have been slightly useless. We've just made a load of bracing panels for these chassis rails that we bought because, again, they're not very strong. It looks like they're made out of cheap Chinese metal. So it's got like little bits where they've done the joins, and then this one here is a full like gusseted panel which will go up in here to brace along there. So I'm going to weld those in now, and then we'll start getting the rest of the chassis leg out. Hey kids, so Luke has just found out that if you want to huff paint, the best stuff to huff is U-Pole weld through primer, because it's really strong, isn't it, Luke?
It's good stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Don't sniff paint, kids. So we've just had an exciting delivery. So for those of you who haven't guessed it, we're putting a Ford engine in our Ford, and it's just arrived. So I'm just going to give you a spin round. So here is our rear end that's going in it. Now you'll notice that that is not a Ford Focus RS rear diff. The rear diff for that is over there. It runs a twin clutch system, and if I'm honest, it's probably not going to handle the horsepower that we're going to have. So we're going to probably make this Sierra Cosworth rear diff fit, and I can get an LSD in that. Look at this shiny new engine that's been delivered. Isn't she a beaut? So yeah, this is a 2.3 Ford EcoBoost engine. As standard, it puts out, I think, around 290 brake, 300 brake, something like that. We're going to be pushing that quite a bit further with hopefully some trick goodies and a few bits and bobs. But yeah, a nice shiny new engine to go back in there. A couple of dirty, dusty old engines there. But yeah, so we'll be making this one work. This is the engine that's out of the Focus ST and the Ford Ranger Hybrid, which is pretty much derived from the Mustang and the RS engine anyway. This has got a bit of damage to it. It's pretty new, but it's got a bit of damage. So we've got a few things we're going to be fixing. No internal damage, just it's in a car that's had a smash, and there's a few bits we've got to fix on it. I have now got the splash guard plugged in a couple of places, lined up, ready to go. I'm going to finish welding that. You don't need to see that. You've seen me weld a lot so far. So that means as of tomorrow, which is Monday, we can start fitting the chassis leg, which we have prepared over here. Now, these chassis legs we've had to brace up because they came with no internals. Tidying up to do on them. And then we can get that first chassis leg fitted and complete one side of rails. I know this has taken a long time. This is our first time doing this. We thought we'd get away with patching a few things like the bulkhead, the inner wheel well. We've ended up replacing the full splash guard and all sorts. So making new panels for the bulkhead. Again, I'm sorry I didn't film that bit. But yeah, so it's the next side should be a lot easier. It's a lot quicker. We know what we're doing. We know where we're trimming to. So as you can see, we have the chassis rail back in. It's all lining up nicely. Everything's in line. We've measured everything up 5 or 6 times to make sure we're happy, and everything looks good. A few little stitch welds there. So when we get the floor in, it'll obviously butt up to this nicely, which is good. This chassis rail right here, I've already started fitting. Now this is going to be in next week's video. But yeah, we've already started fitting this together. So later on tonight, I'll be joining this together. Next week, you'll get to see a much more progress. So right now, me and Luke are going to carry on. We're going to get that chassis leg fully welded together. Get a new piece that I've made, put on the outside of it as well.
All right, you lovely lot, that is it from me this week. Please remember, give the video a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, get that bell notification, and if you want to give any support to the channel, that's the best way to do it. If you want to also make a donation to the build so we can make this the craziest thing you've ever seen, you can go on to buy a coffee or buy me a coffee. But for now, I will see you next week. Goodbye.